Imagine a world where almost everything you knew was decided for you. What to believe, what to learn, even what to think. For centuries, life in Europe was short, difficult, and tightly controlled by kings and the church. But then, the Renaissance arrived, a rebirth that transformed society from the ground up. People began to question everything, from the stars above to the workings of the human body. A new generation of artists, scientists, and explorers dared to venture into the unknown. Let's travel back in time to meet those who made the Renaissance possible. To understand why the Renaissance began in Italy, we need to look at the chaos that came before. The Black Death devastated Europe, wiping out nearly half the population and breaking old certainties. Italy, once the heart of the Roman Empire, was surrounded by ancient ruins that inspired a longing for greatness. Wealthy city-states like Florence, Venice, and Milan became centers of trade and innovation. Powerful families like the Medici used their wealth to support artists and scholars. The fall of Constantinople brought Greek scholars and ancient knowledge to Italy, reviving lost ideas. This perfect storm of opportunity and inspiration set the stage for a cultural revolution. The world was about to change forever. The Renaissance was powered by a new way of thinking: humanism. Humanism put human potential and experience at the center, celebrating life on Earth as something precious. Artists began to study anatomy and perspective, making their work more realistic and emotionally alive. Medieval art was flat and symbolic. Renaissance art became a window onto the real world. In architecture, Filippo Brunelleschi solved the mystery of Florence's cathedral dome, using ancient Roman techniques in a revolutionary way. His dome, completed in 1436, was an engineering marvel and a symbol of the new era. Sculptors like Donatello and painters like Masaccio brought emotion and realism to their work, laying the groundwork for future masters. This period, from 1400 to 1490, saw an explosion of talent and innovation. The pioneers of the early Renaissance mapped out new artistic territory. They proved that by combining skill with curiosity, humans could achieve greatness. The stage was set for even greater heights. The Renaissance was just getting started. The High Renaissance, from 1490 to 1527, was defined by three giants: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Leonardo was the ultimate Renaissance man: artist, scientist, inventor, whose Mona Lisa and The Last Supper remain iconic. His notebooks brimmed with inventions and anatomical studies, driven by endless curiosity. Michelangelo, a sculptor at heart, created the heroic David and painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling, works of breathtaking power. He believed his job was to free the figure trapped in marble, and his art radiated passion and drama. Raphael, younger than the others, mastered harmony and grace, arranging figures with perfect balance. His school of Athens celebrated ancient thinkers, cleverly portraying his contemporaries as the philosophers of old. These artists were celebrities, innovators, and rivals, pushing each other to new heights. Their masterpieces transformed Florence and Rome into centers of beauty and creativity. The High Renaissance set a new standard for art and human achievement. Their legacy still inspires us today. While Italy's artists were making history, a revolution was brewing in Germany. Around 1450, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press with movable type. Before this, books were copied by hand, slow, expensive, and rare. Gutenberg's press made it possible to print thousands of identical books quickly and cheaply. The first major book printed was the Bible, and suddenly knowledge was within reach for many. The printing press was the internet of its day, spreading Renaissance ideas across Europe at lightning speed. Humanist thought, scientific discoveries, and new literature could now reach a wide audience. The press fueled the Protestant Reformation, allowed explorers to share their discoveries, and boosted literacy rates. It broke the monopoly on information held by the church and the elite. Knowledge became power for ordinary people. The printing press ensured the Renaissance would not be a fleeting moment, but a permanent transformation. Ideas could now travel farther and faster than ever before. The world was forever changed. The Renaissance spirit of curiosity spilled onto the seas, driving explorers to redraw the map of the world. Europeans, once limited to their own continent, now dared to cross vast oceans. Christopher Columbus, seeking a new route to Asia, landed in the Americas in 1492, an accidental discovery that changed history. Vasco da Gama sailed around Africa to India, opening new trade routes. Ferdinand Magellan's crew circumnavigated the globe, proving the Earth was round and vast. These voyages sparked the Columbian Exchange. Plants, animals, and ideas flowed between continents. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn transformed European diets. Horses and wheat changed the Americas. The world became bigger and more connected. The age of exploration was the ultimate expression of Renaissance daring and curiosity. Old boundaries vanished and new possibilities emerged. The Renaissance mindset had gone global. The Renaissance spirit of questioning soon turned to the Catholic Church, Europe's most powerful institution. By the 1500s, many saw the Church as corrupt and too political. The printing press allowed criticism to spread, setting the stage for the Protestant Reformation. Martin Luther, a German monk, challenged church practices like selling indulgences in his 95 Theses. Thanks to print, his ideas spread rapidly, inspiring others to demand change. Luther argued that faith alone brought salvation, and that the Bible, not the Pope, was the true authority. He translated the Bible into German, making it accessible to ordinary people. The Reformation split Christianity, sparked new branches like Calvinism and the Church of England, and led to decades of conflict. But it also championed individual conscience, encouraged literacy, and weakened centralized religious power. The Reformation was a powerful legacy of the Renaissance. Once people start asking questions, no institution is safe from change. The world would never be the same. The Renaissance wasn't just a historical period, it was a shift in how we see ourselves and our world. Our modern values, scientific inquiry, individual achievement, and global connection were born from this era. The idea of a well-rounded education, rooted in humanism, shapes our schools today. The belief in human dignity and potential underpins democracy and human rights. Renaissance curiosity led to the scientific revolution and the technology we rely on now. Artistic techniques from this era still define Western art and inspire creators worldwide. The blend of beauty and function in design traces back to Renaissance ideals. Most importantly, the Renaissance teaches us that progress comes from questioning the status quo. When art meets science, when the past inspires the future, great leaps happen. The Renaissance reminds us that our next rebirth could be just one bold question away. Its legacy is alive in every act of curiosity and creativity today.